Yes, guys, big up everyone. Thank you very much for joining me again today. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Guys, we're going to talk about Liverpool apparently not buying a defensive midfielder alternative. There's rumours at the moment that Liverpool might be after a left back. Obviously, Mamardashvili joining Liverpool in 2025, but going on loan to Bournemouth this season. We're going to talk about how that's happened when Liverpool have already loaned out 6 players. And breaking news, just as we went live, breaking news, RB Leipzig apparently and Bobby Clark have come to, with Liverpool, have come to a formal offer that looks like Bobby Clark will be leaving. I believe it's the RB Leipzig. Let me just make sure I got my news correct. But yeah, it looks like RB Leipzig. So that is everything that's going on right now that we're going to chat about. I'll just make sure. No, RB Salzburg, sorry. So Liverpool and RB Salzburg have agreed a fee for Bobby Clark. So Bobby Clark is leaving Liverpool on a permanent basis. Looks like he's going to RB Salzburg. Yeah, interesting. We got 3 players. Our 3 best players are all leaving next season if they don't sign a new contract. We've got Alisson Becker. What's going on there? And this DM thing, man, it's going to roll on and roll on and roll on. So we're going to get into that, guys. Big up to everyone in the house. Make sure you're smashing them likes early. We've already got 100 people in here, so make sure you're hitting them that like button early. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I don't know if there's a buyback clause on it yet. It's just gone breaking news at this moment in time. So if we hear more as we go along here, I'll let you know. Or if you guys in the chat find anything out about it, just let me know as well. We can all find out together. Now I was on the Sam's video this afternoon. Big up Sam, great guy. Make sure you go and subscribe to This Is Football if you've not already. We had a great discussion on there about all these subjects as well. But I just want to put a point across. So everyone knows my take on the football club. Everyone knows my take on the ownership and all that. I've always said I'm not pro anybody. I just support Liverpool Football Club. I'm not pro anyone. I always said if someone's made a mistake, I will criticise that mistake. And that is what I'm seeing right now. I don't like some people. I don't like the PR that's coming out right now about the football club. I don't think it's good PR at all. And I think the club is in a tiny bit of a mess right now. We have to be realistic about this. You know, we know. So, Jamie, what are you talking about? Let's rewind. Here. Zubimendi was Liverpool's apparently only DM that we could buy this summer. That is the news going around. Now, obviously this news might not be true, but we're going to go on the fact that the news might be true, and that's what's being put out there right now. So let's just do that for starters. That he's the only defensive midfielder that Liverpool are looking for in the number 6 with Zubimendi this season. Okay, fine. I'm fine with that, right? Zubimendi's the only number 6 Liverpool wanted him, right? So then buy him. It's as simple as that. Buy him. We find out Liverpool have been talking to Zubimendi now for over 2 weeks. We only actually found out about the Zubimendi transfer last week. So obviously they were talking a week before. David Ornstein came out last week and pretty much threw the bomb out there saying that Liverpool were eyeing up another number 6. And then we all did videos and spoke about who's this secret DM at Liverpool buying that David Ornstein knew about. And then the next day it came out that it was Zubimendi. Liverpool wanted Zubimendi. That's who they wanted. They wanted him badly. They felt like he was their player that they wanted. And I'm like, cool, go and get the player you want for the manager. Go and get the manager the player wants. And we were looking at him for weeks and weeks and weeks. Now, I don't know what's happened. No one will know what's happened because we don't really get told anything. That's why there's a bit of disconnect, I suppose, between the club and the fans at times. But we don't really quite know too much about the stuff unless it's what we read in the papers or on social media. But by the sounds of it, Liverpool and Zubimendi came to an agreement. They come to a deal. It was a yes, yes, yes. Let's do this. Let's go for it. And by the sounds of it right now, news coming out is that Liverpool might have just messed around with how they were going to pay for the payment of Zubimendi. Now, he has a £51 million, €60 million release clause. Now, a release clause usually means you have to pay the money up front, but you can, if the club are okay with it, set up a different way of paying. Now, I don't know, and no one will know, if Liverpool went in there, they got the yes, and then the way they wanted to work the deal a couple of weeks ago or last week is we want to stretch the deal over, monetize the deal a little bit more for us and the club, and do it over a 4 to 5 year contract and pay it over that. We'll pay your release clause, but we're going to pay over the release clause and do it over a 4 or 5 year in the installment plan to monetization it, right? Monetize it, sorry. That's all well and good, yeah. That's all well and good, but the problem is between that, we left Zubimendi, who's a boyhood Basque player, a boyhood fan of his football club. We left him with too long thinking about it. This is the issue. We left him too long thinking about it. Because we left him too long thinking about it, unfortunately, he decided, you know what, I'm going to stay at my football club. And that's where we're at. Who's to blame? What's to blame? Zubimendi's probably a bit of a pussy about it. I'm going to agree with people there, messing around, telling the club he's coming, then having a last minute change of heart. Yeah, Zubimendi's probably a bit of a pussy, yeah? The club as well, waiting too long to make the deal at the same time. Just go, look, what you got to do? Obviously, the club at the end decided to pay the full release clause, because what we're hearing from Paul Joyce today, there's a lot from Paul Joyce today that's come out. So Paul Joyce pretty much today said that we're going to pay the full release clause. We paid the money towards his agent, and his agent and Zubimendi have to go down to the offices in Madrid and pay out their own release clause. That's the way Real Sociedad wanted it. So in the end, Liverpool gave in to Sociedad's demands and decided to pay the upfront release clause. That's why this thing took so long. But doing that is what changed Zubimendi's mind. Doing that is where Zubimendi went, you know what? I can't do this. We left it too long. So whose fault is that? Is it a Richard Hughes fault? Is it a Marco Edwards fault? Is it an FSG fault? It's up to discussion. Did FSG release the funds to Richard Hughes to pay the bill up front? Did FSG want the club to pay over a few years of a contract? Again, we don't know because nothing gets answered. Our questions never get answered. It's a lot of guesswork in here, but we can look at it. We can look at it, guys, and try and work it out for ourselves. It took almost 3 weeks. It's a release clause deal. So my eyes, I'm going to tell everyone right now, my eyes are pretty much looking at Richard Hughes for it. He is the sporting director. I'm looking at Richard Hughes thinking, what was the hold up? Zubimendi wussed out as well, as Klopp saying there as well. I think, yeah, Zubimendi said yes. There's no doubt about it. Zubimendi at the beginning said, yes, I will come to your club. We showed him the contract we were going to give him, which triples his wage. He wanted to come to Liverpool. He thought it was the right time in his career, but then we effed about. And that is the issue here. We messed around for too long and let a player who absolutely loves his club and is born and bred there, we gave him too long to change his mind. And that's the same thing with, I keep saying this about Trent as well, guys. You know, the team came in for Trent and he had a release clause and they took too long with him. Eventually, Trent would probably change his mind because it's just his boyhood club. This is the thing that happens with these sort of deals. And yeah, I mean, Zubimendi, I mean, we're going to talk about the rumours about Zubimendi not signing a new contract with Sociedad, but Richard Hughes, I'd love to know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. I want to know what happened. I want to know why things took so long. You know, I want to know why things took so long in the transfer when it's a release clause. Is it his fault? Did FSG not let him release the funds to do the bid up front, release the player up front straight away when he said yes? Did they tell him, no, you got to try and pay it over the release clause monetize it over a contract, which you can do if the club is willing to do that. The selling club is willing to do that. Is that why negotiations took so long? It's we're never going to know, guys. This is the end of the day. It takes a long time, and also at the end of the day, another one. Do we actually want a player who's not committed? You know, if Zubimendi said yes, then said no, then said yes, then said no. Even like I'm still looking at Richard Hughes and FSG here to see why it still took so long. But we're on Zubimendi's part. Do we actually want a player who's not committed? You know, do we want a player that is not committed at the same time? You know, if you're saying yes and you're giving your word, then let the team that's buying you work out how they're going to buy you. You know, it might take a couple of weeks. You know, you go to Zubimendi. Look, it's going to take a couple of weeks to buy you, but you know, as long as you said yes and we keep going, cool, right? I don't know. My eyes are still on Richard Hughes about this. I ain't gonna lie, because the other thing that's peeing me off at the moment. Big up football with Ends in the chat. Big up Ends. How you doing well? We're doing well, my friend. The thing that's doing my head in the most right now, it's not actually losing Zubimendi, guys. My problem is not actually missing Zubimendi out. My problem is saying there's no alternatives. That's my main issue right now, saying there's no alternatives. Before we carry on, I think I've got a couple of super chat. John Conway says, congratulations on 6K. Have we just hit 6K? Come on, no, have we? Have we just hit 6K subscribers? Oh, big up, everyone. Thank you very much. Wow. I never thought I'd have a channel that had to have 6,000 subscribers. Big up to it. Thank you very much, guys. The love goes out there, guys. Appreciate it. I really do. Thank you very much. And Dino Brain says, FZB, if you said yes, stand on your word. Yeah, I agree with that as well at the same time. Big up, everyone. Thank you very much on the 6K. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It means a lot, man. It means a lot. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. Let me have a look at my let me go on my YouTube studio a minute. Let me just check it. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but sometimes YouTube can subscribe someone and take that subscriber away for no reason whatsoever. You know what they're like. Let me just check. We're over 6,000. We're on 6,002. Big up, everyone. Thank you very much. I do. Yeah, big up. I do appreciate it. My love to you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, much love, man. Big up to everyone in the chat saying congratulations. I appreciate the love. Thank you very much. At least you got a 6. Big up, Russell. I appreciate it, man. Big up Aussie in the chat as well. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love, guys. Really do. Thank you very much for all. I mean, I can't. No, I always say this. I always say this. This don't help. This don't work without any of you. you know, this don't work without you guys. You guys are the driving force. So onwards to 7K now. Onwards to 7K. I thank you very much. It means a lot to me. It really does. More than you think, guys. More than you think. The dinosaur stream was brilliant. Yeah, I don't know what it was to this day. It's dead up there somewhere. I've not even cleaned it away yet. I ain't gonna lie. It was about that big, and it had a hard back, and it was flying everywhere. It was a dinosaur, I'm telling you. Yeah, big up with the 10K soon as well. That's a dream. I want 10K, man. I'd love to get the 10K. You know, I'm not asking for a lot. 10K, man, and I'll be like laughing. I'm hopefully going to get a 10K before the end of the year. That's my goal around here. We're hitting like 200 subscribers a month roughly at the moment. So yeah, I do appreciate it, love, guys. Thank you. It's knocked me back a little bit. That appreciate it. But let's get back to this whole Zubimendi thing. So we're hearing at the moment that apparently Raul Zubimendi, and this is the other thing that confuses me, guys. So Real Sociedad promised Zubimendi the world, yeah? They promised him the world, and now they can't afford to give it to him. So the rumour at the moment is that Real Sociedad have offered Zubimendi two new contracts, and he's rejected both of them because they can't match what Liverpool will go give him. Now, Zubimendi, I believe, is on €58,000 a week. I don't know, that's just under 50,000 a week, I think, British pound. Yeah. So Liverpool probably offering him around 150. That's what it sounds like. Liverpool probably offered him saying around 150 grand a mark, the same as Ryan Gravenberch. By the sounds of it, Real Sociedad can't afford. They can't afford to give him that contract. So now it looks like Zubimendi is like, oh, I can't believe, like, what have I done? I thought you were going to give me the same contract as Liverpool. You promised me the world. And now apparently, I've read something today that in training, or he was pictured today, looking really miserable. Now, look, what should Liverpool do? Calm as a bish. What should Liverpool do? Should Liverpool take advantage of this? Because if Zubimendi is the only player Liverpool thinks good enough for this DM position, let me know in the chat, guys. Should Liverpool go again? Should Liverpool be looking at it right now, or on Sociedad's side of it, and going, right, they can't afford to give him the wages that we can. They can't afford to give him the contract that we can give him. He already knows the contract that we were going to give him. Do we go again? Or do we just go, ha, 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 your problem, move on? Let me know in the chat. A lot of you say no. A lot of saying leave it. Yeah, Joyce has said we're not getting a 6, that's what I'm talking about, the alternatives. A lot of you saying yes, Sam. You saying no. The internet would explode if we did get him. That is very true. Might as well. Ain't got nothing to lose at this point. And the reason I said should Liverpool go back in for him is because apparently Liverpool have now come out and said, by Paul Joyce and people like that today, saying Liverpool have no alternatives. It was all or nothing for Zubimendi. All or nothing for Zubimendi. So if it's all or nothing, and Zubimendi's now a little bit pissed off because Real Sociedad ain't going to give him the promise. They can't back up the promises. What is it saying? It's like getting a promise from a liar, ain't it? That's what they say. Getting a promise from a liar. That's what's happened there. They got a promise. He got a promise from a liar, and they can't back it up. So if they can't back it up, should Liverpool take advantage of it? I say this. Fuck you. That's what I say. That is what I say. F you, Zubimendi. You go and sit in the mountains, yeah, with no Wi-Fi, and, you know, and have a little walk around. Go walk around the mountains and clear your head, son. Go and walk around in the mountains and clear your head. Yeah? Suck on it. Suck on it. Yeah? You had the chance to join the biggest club in the world. You turned it down because you want to stay in the mountains where you know Wi-Fi. Do it. Stay in the mountains where you know no Wi-Fi. Yeah? Stay there, man. So we move, right? My problem with my football club right now, guys, is that I want to move on from Zubimendi and buy alternatives. Because believe it or not, I know you guys won't believe this, yeah? I've got a secret to tell you. You might not believe this, but let me into you a little secret. It's just between me and the 280 people watching now. I'm going to let you into a little secret. There is alternatives out there. Don't believe all the bullshit. That's the little secret. Yeah. There is more alternatives out there. Yeah. Don't believe the shit. Don't believe the spin. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say I've not believed the spin and PR before, because I have. I've been one of them fans who sat there and believed the PR and believed the spin, right? But I can't this time round, because I know for a fact there is other players out there that can do the job. Yeah, there is other players out there that can do the job. Yeah, I don't want to force youth players from our academy into the first team to do a job they're not quite ready for yet. Why put all the pressure on the young youths coming from the youth academy? Why are we doing that? Trainee only. Yeah? Why are we doing that? He's 17. He's only just turned 17. He's a good footballer. But why put all that pressure on him? You know, Tyler Morton, is he actually good enough? Because this football club keeps loaning him out. Is he good enough? Stefan Basic, this club want to loan him out. They want him gone. He's not in Slot's plans. You know, you got Edison. At Atlanta. He's there. He's so gettable. I know Russell will love this one. He's so gettable. Go and get Edison. He's right there. Tyler Morton has had Atlanta apparently have asked about Tyler Morton already this season. Go and get him. And he's not the DM. But if we look at Zubimendi, Zubimendi's not really a DM either. I don't think Arne Slot's looking for that kind of DM. He's looking for like a playmaking midfielder that can sit in a deeper position, yeah, and move the ball. Like I would say Zubimendi is more like a Xabi Alonso. He's not really a defensive-minded midfielder. You know, it's that. Yeah, Edison, man. Atlanta have been asking for Tyler Morton. You're telling me that our football club have got no other names in their little book that they can go to? They've not scouted anyone. They saw Zubimendi at the Euros and went, that's the guy. Yeah, they don't know anyone else exists. No one else exists. Yeah? No one else can come in and make our team a little bit better. Yeah, just that little bit, that extra 5%. You know, you got Varela out there, Edison out there. You're telling me Varela and Edison wouldn't make this team 5% better? Just 5% better. 5% is huge difference. Even 5% would make this team better. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they're out there. They're out there. We know they're out there. There's Varela, 70 million release clause. Liverpool can afford that. Let's not pretend Liverpool can't afford a 70 million pound release clause. Yes, they can. Edison is like 48 million, I believe he's valued. But I said, again, we can afford that. It's less than Zubimendi. And they'll probably take an instalment plan. So we'll probably pay nothing up front for him. Probably pay 10% on the 48 million, which is what? 4.8 million up front on Edison. It's nothing. We can afford it. We can do it. They will make us a little bit better. They will make us a little bit better. And I just don't. Edison Hoyman. I can never understand this guy's name. Hoymans, ain't it? Fofana, Varela, Emre Can, yeah. I mean, they're there. The other one, Kone, big up to everyone sending me the information about Bobby Clark. I'll read it out in a minute. So Kone today apparently is valued around the £20 million mark. Around the £20 million mark. Now, Kone's a good footballer. He plays the way Slot wants his midfielders to play. He might not be a proper defensive midfielder, but he plays in that deep lining position and he can play from there. You know, he's good with the ball at his feet. He can move the ball across. You know, he's more defensive minded than Kepa and Thuram was when we were linked with him last year. 20 million. As long as his injuries are fine, you know, go and get him. Go and get him. You know, go and get him. Just go and get him. There's players there that can make us better, guys. Jamie, what happened to Pro FSG? As I said, you know, I will criticise when criticism is needed. You know, I'll always do that. Always do that. And I've never been so pro FSG. I just don't talk about it all the time because, you know, I think everyone thinks the same. Yeah. So I'm not pro anything. I'm only pro Liverpool Football Club. If FSG do something well, I praise them for it. If they do something really shit, like we are right now, then they get negative chat. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not. It's just the way I operate. That's just me. That's just the way I am. But Gangan Deep says, shit like this has been happening since we won the league. I love Liverpool, but I don't like Liverpool. I want to like my football club again. I don't get excited anymore. Big up Gangan Deep. I can understand it as well, man. Big up FSG out says, breaking. Liverpool have inserted a sell-on clause and also first refusal on Bobby Clark. Should be sold at RB Salzburg. Both clubs have agreed a fee. Do we know what that fee is yet, guys? Guys, do we know what that fee is yet? Because we're making money. We're making money. So does anyone know what that fee might be? Do we know if they're making how much money they're making on him? That's what I need to know. Edison just won the ball. We need a few players. Yeah, look, this is my issue as well. We're going to get left behind. It's 11 million euros. What is that? 11 million euros or a pound? So it's only 11 million euros. That's like 6 million quid, ain't it? Do you know if it's euros or pounds, guys? If it's 11 million quid, I think that's a good deal. If he's got a sell-on clause, it's 11 million euros. So that's 6 million quid, yeah? So 6 million quid. With a sell-on clause, or is it 9 million pounds? Does it work out as? So it works out as 9 million pounds, stuff that says. So 9 million pounds for Bobby Clark, who's an academy player, with a sell-on clause, and then first option to rebuy. I think that's a good deal. I think that's a good deal. Now, we've let quite a few players go this summer. You know, these fringe players. We've let a lot of loan players go on loan where you get loan fees for. We've saved money in wages now as well. This team has got money to spend. There's no doubt about it. But guys, we can't keep selling even the fringe players if we're not replacing them. This is the thing as well. You know, I like Bobby Clark. I hope he has a great future. And if he does really well at RB Salzburg and becomes a player we think he might become, and if we got first refusal on him, great. If we don't want to go back into him and he has a great career and he makes his transfer value goes up, we'll have a good sell-on clause. So it's all good business. We've got money from Solanke as well. So money's there. We've got to buy people. We can't let our rivals run away from us, guys. Yes, we got a good team right now. I'm not going to dismiss this team right now. You look at our squad and it's a good squad. For me, it still finishes in the top 4. But we shouldn't just be happy about finishing in the top 4, guys. We want to win Premier League titles. We want to compete with the very best in Europe. That's what these Liverpool teams have done in the past. That's what we grew up on. That's what our parents told about us. That's what our grandparents told us about. The magical days of Liverpool Football Club, winning leagues, winning European titles, you know. That's what we got to keep up. That's the tradition this football club puts ourselves really high above. You know, the tradition of this football club is up there with your Madrids, your AC Milans, your Bayern Munichs, yeah, your Barcelonas. That's where the tradition of this football club is. We can't let that sink, guys. We can't let that sink. Big up, he says, Jamie, do you think Jurgen knew what was coming this season regarding no spending cap? I don't know, because he did say he had that meeting with the board, didn't he, about transfers, and that's when he realised. So I suppose you put two and two together. Bear Fozzie said, Jay, would teams let players go when we only have 2 weeks to go? That's what I'm saying. With someone like Edison, they've been interested in Tyler Morton. So you could go do a deal there, can't you? Where it softens the blow a little bit. There's players there. We got Chicken Tikka. There's players there, guys. There's players there. Look, Richard Hughes is sporting director. He needs. Well, I've said this before about sporting directors needing a backbone. I've said this about. I said this about Edwards going up against Klopp. Have a backbone. Go up against him. Show him you're in charge of doing the transfers. You know, I've always said this about it. Anyone go and watch my videos. I've always said you need a backbone. Richard Hughes needs to go, what the hell? You brought me to this football club. I'm not going to be your scapegoat. I'm not going to be the easy out, because I'm now everyone's hate word. Every Liverpool fan just sees me as the sporting director doing all the bids, doing all the business, and you're making me look like shit. So Richard Hughes, get a backbone. Do something. Go up to these owners. Give them a call. Talk to Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards is apparently your brother. Talk to him. Go, what the shit's going on here? Right, we need players. I've seen all this stuff leaked online. Liverpool fans are losing their nut. They think, right, we're not going to buy another DM now because we can't get Zubimendi. That's not the way we should be working here. There should be plan Bs. Plan B should always be about. There should always be a plan B. Liverpool used to have plan Bs all the time. We went for that Polish midfielder. Played for Napoli or Lazio. I can't remember what one it was. Is it Zielinski? I think that's his name. I can't remember. That Polish midfielder. We didn't get him. Because we didn't get him, do you know who we went and got instead? Gini Wijnaldum. Yeah, we tried to get Julian Brandt. We didn't get him. Who did we get? Mo Salah. Tried to get Goetze. We couldn't get him. Who did we get? Sadio Mane. We tried to get Timo Werner. We couldn't get him. Who did we get? Diogo Jota. Fabinho was signed out of nowhere. We literally lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid. And then a few days later, bang, Fabinho signs for Liverpool. It's like, what's happened to our football club? What's happened? Yeah, you are right, Jono. That is a mistake I made in the thing. What's happened to our football club? We used to have that plan B. Bang, done. It was a day after we signed for. There you go. We lost the Champions League 24 hours later. Don't worry, Liverpool fans. I know it's a bad taste in your mouth right now, but look, one of the best DMs in world football, Fabinho for Monaco. Bang, enjoy. You know what? I cheered up with all Liverpool fans 24 hours later. So shit, got Fabinho, one of the best DMs in the world, doing it. Yes, yes, that's what we want to do around here. What I am worried because we're not acting like that team at the moment. We're not acting like that team right now. And that team used to be fantastic in the transfer market. All the teams used to be jealous of how we acted in the transfer market, how good we were in the transfer market, how we used to get deals over the line like that. And if a deal didn't work, no one knew about it because a day later we'd have plan B set up. Rivals used to talk about it on their videos, on their channels. How do Liverpool do it? How do Liverpool keep doing this? How do they get that player? How do they get that player? How does no one know about it? Where's them days gone? What's happened? Oh my God, Edson just run through Madrid. Where's that gone, guys? And that's what I want. I want the old Liverpool back that used to run that really well. Yeah, there were runs still under FSG, but for some reason we ran better a few years ago. Klopp might have been a massive part of it. I get that because he's what he is, but I don't mean we still can't run like that today. There's no excuse. I know Klopp's not here no more, but you can't tell me this club still can't buy players. Even though Jurgen Klopp's not here right now, you can't tell me this club with that badge, guys, you can't tell me the power of that badge can't buy people. The power of this badge can't buy people and go, you want to come to Liverpool? Yeah, we might have not Jurgen Klopp no more, but that's the most important thing. That badge. That can't buy people. It's just, that is what don't make sense to me right now. We used to be run so well. Now, I love the youngsters coming through our team. I really do. I love Trey coming through. He looks like a beautiful player, right? But he's only just turned 17. Don't want to put too much pressure on a lad. I'd love him to play next season, like in and out all season, playing a few games here and a few games there, a few minutes here and a few minutes there. But he shouldn't be, you know, thrust him on the pitch and go, right, he's the next big thing. You can't do that. You got to let him grow, let him develop. You know, you can't rush his development and go, right, Trey, I know you're only just 17. You're obviously a very, very good player, but you've got to do the shit for us now because we ain't got no one else. You know, that's rushing his development. You rush a player's development, you can cause injuries. They might not develop in the way you want them to be. You know, get players in so he can slowly develop. By the time he's 20 years old, you could have an absolute killer of a midfielder that the rest of Europe are jealous of. And like Harry Liverpool got this 20-year-old beast, you know, because you let him slowly develop into then an absolute well beater. You know, it's just Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton's a decent footballer, but does this club actually believe in Tyler Morton, guys? Let me ask you guys in the chat. Does this club actually believe in Tyler Morton? Because they keep loaning him out. And I believe if the right deal comes along, Tyler Morton will be sold. I think Tyler Morton will be sold. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Paul Joyce, Liverpool have agreed with RB's so ask price met 17.5 sell-on. See, that's good business. So we're doing some good business on the selling point, yeah. So yeah, Bobby Clark, £10 million, an academy player. Yeah, he played a couple of games last season, but he's an academy player. Going out for 10 million quid with a 17.5 million sell-on clause. We're going to make more money back eventually on Bobby Clark than we have right now. So we sold him for 10 million quid. The next time Bobby Clark gets sold, we're probably going to get even more money than the 10 million quid we just got for him today. That's good business by Liverpool. Really good business. Yeah, so we're doing good business on the selling part of things. We need good business now in the buying part of things. And even you're the biggest FSG, like not biggest FSG fan, but you're not ever talking negative about them or anything like that. I think every Liverpool fan can see we do need an alternative defensive midfielder. You know, we do need an alternative defensive midfielder. There's no doubt about it. There's players there that can come in and do a job for us. There's no doubt. It doesn't stop the development of the youngsters. You know, Trey can still develop. Harvey Elliott can still develop. You know, these players can still develop in our team and get to where they need to be. So buying players shouldn't stop their development. It just shouldn't. In fact, it should help their development. Buying players would help someone like Trey's development because you're not asking him to come and play every minute. You're not putting pressure on him. You're letting him come. You're buying that player in, and then Trey can come in on minutes in the game, grow as his, and become a better player for it. You thrust him in the spotlight too early, and you put all the pressure on that young lad. It could kill him. Could have the opposite. It could do the opposite, guys. And this club doesn't need a lot of. Look, I keep saying this. We don't even need that much. We don't need. You don't need to rip the team apart. The team doesn't need a massive upheaval. The team doesn't need starting again or any of this nonsense. It just needs a couple of players. It just needs a couple of players, don't it, guys? We can all sit there and agree with this. I think the defensive midfielder, the number 6, I'm not going to say defensive midfielder because I don't think that's what Slot wants to use. But let's say the number 6 position, yeah? We go and buy the number 6 position. Do you know how much that help everyone else in our midfield? Would everyone agree that last year we pretty much suffocated Alexis McAllister? I don't think we've seen the best of Alexis McAllister for Liverpool yet. I don't think we've actually seen the best of Alexis McAllister yet because last season we were asking him to play in the DM position a lot of the season. Yeah, he did a job there because he's a professional. He's a baller. He's got the potential to be a world-class footballer. So he will play that position and do his absolute best. But you're not getting the best out of him. You're not getting the best out of Szoboszlai by making him a box-to-box runner. We did get the best out of these players last season because we're missing one piece of the jigsaw. Everyone knows I like Wataru Endo. I've always liked Wataru Endo. I think he's a warrior and he does his absolute best. But we can improve on him. I don't need to sell him. He can stay in the team, in the squad as a backup. Perfect. But you can still upgrade on him and get someone in that just helps the whole squad. Look how much better Alexis McAllister was last season when Wataru Endo played in the 6. It freed McAllister up. We need these players, Szoboszlai, McAllister. We need these players to, not be so suffocated this season. Go out and do your thing. And that's my worry about the youth team players coming through that. I believe in someone like Trey Neone. Yeah, I believe in that guy. I think he can be a really good player in the future. But I don't need to see it tomorrow or today. I don't need to see it today. He's only just turned 17. Yeah, he's a good footballer. But he's not the answer. He can be the answer in a couple of years' time when he's a bit older with a bit more experience. But go and get someone else to help him. Yeah? Go and get someone else to help him. I don't think I'm all for the younger players. If people talk about the younger players, I'm all for these younger players, guys. I really am. But we can't put too much high demands on them. I'd love to see a full Liverpool team of youth players coming through into the first team. Everyone would. That's the whole goal of football. That's the emotional side of football that we all love. Seeing these youth players coming through that are so good, they have to play in the first team. But at this moment in time, we've got 3. Trent from the youth team, you got Kwanzaa, you got Connor Bradley. Now, with Connor Bradley and Kwanzaa, I'll say more with Connor Bradley. Connor Bradley was always known he was going to be that player. Liverpool always had tremendous faith in Connor Bradley. He went on loan to Bolton. I believe he was League One Player of the Year playing at right back. He was League One Player of the Year. Liverpool always saw in him that he was an exceptional talent. And then he got his chance last season and showed he is an exceptional talent. And he's also doing that for Northern Ireland as well, showing it on the international stage that he is a talent. And then with Kwanzaa took us all a bit by surprise. Some of us knew about him, obviously, being Liverpool fans, but we didn't know maybe too much. Went on loan at Bristol Rovers under Joey Barton, came back. and Liverpool saw something about him, and he took his chance. He did it well. Yeah, but I think them two are very good footballers. I think they're a cut above everyone else at the moment. Obviously, you've got someone like Jayden Danns. You got someone like Jayden Danns. Jayden Danns is a very good finisher. Very, very good finisher. But he should be our third choice number 9. I wouldn't mind keeping Jayden Danns this year, guys. I actually wouldn't loan Jayden Danns. I'd keep him in the squad. I'd have Jota as my number 1, number 9. Darwin Núñez is my second number 9, and Jayden Danns my third number 9. Because Jayden Danns is my third number 9, he's not going to play a lot of minutes, but he'll come in when needed, and that will help his growth. That will help his progression. We're not going, right, it's all on you, Jayden Danns. You know, we're going, you got to do absolutely everything. No, he's third choice in that 9 area. So he'll play when needed. He'll make a few substitute appearances. That's how the growth, that's how they grow. Because Jayden Danns can play alongside all the other forwards in training and learn and watch what everyone else is doing and grow as a player without that expectation put on his shoulders. Without no expectation put on his shoulders, he can grow slowly and take his time, become the player we all think he can. Do you know what I mean? That's it. We got. That's why I'm up for all the youth team. I really am. I love our youth team. I love the young players in our team. I really do. I think we've got some exceptional talent right there. But all I'm saying is, don't get rid of all of them. Yeah. If you think some of them are going to make them, keep them, but don't put too much expectation on their shoulders. Buy players around them and let them slowly develop. Let me know in the chat if you think I'm right. If you think I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the chat why you think I'm wrong. But if you think I'm right, let me know in the chat. You know, just let them do their thing, man. Let them do their thing. I think I got some. I started a question just now. Might have been Katie. But yeah, Katie. She said, Jamie, do you think if Núñez has a bad season again, he has to be sold? If Darwin underperforms this season, I actually think Arne Slot's a little bit ruthless. I'm going to say this right now. I think Slot is ruthless. I think Slot knows who he wants and who he doesn't want in his team. And he might feel that if Darwin doesn't do it this season, yeah, I think Darwin could be gone next year. I really do. I think Liverpool will look for suitors for him. Apparently, Liverpool tried to look. We're looking at Maximilian Beer. Is that his name? The Hoffenheim striker. So Liverpool already looking around. So yeah, I think it's a big year. I do believe it is a big year for Darwin Núñez. I need to see, but I don't know if the way we play suits Darwin. Under Slot, I don't know if it suits him. I think it suits Jota more. I don't know about you guys in the chat. Big up. I don't know if Darwin will work in the way Slot wants to play. Like, I've seen Jota in pre-season from the first game back. Slot in the first game back. Jota in the first game back in this Liverpool team. He was linking the play, running in behind and getting on the end of things, and then obviously he scored that beautiful volley. You know, the other day as well. His link play is better than Darwin's right now. His link play is better than Darwin's at this moment in time. And I think he's a better finisher than Darwin Núñez. But Darwin's pacing behind is scary. You know, he's got proper pacing behind. And the one thing I will give Darwin credit for, he does create his own chances. He creates a lot of his own chances. So at this moment in time, I would say Jota is number 1, number 9. Let me know in the chat who you think. Who should be first choice number 9 this season? Jota or Darwin Núñez? Let me know in the chat right now. Just put Jota or Núñez in the chat. We've got 300 people in the house. Jota or Núñez? Who do you think is the number 1 first choice striker? So at this moment in time, Seen a lot of Jotters already. A lot of Jotters. Lot of Jotters. Big up Scraps in the chat. I see you in there, man. Nunes with older. Big up my man Scraps. Just can't stay fit, Jamie. Yeah, my thing with Jota, I just play until he drops. If you, you know what I'm saying, I just play until he drops. But yeah, well, how you doing, man? How you doing? Well. Nunes has to start. Do you think Nunes has to start? Don't know. I don't. I mean, I don't. I think for against Ipswich, I'll be surprised if Jota don't start the Ipswich game because Jota's had more pre-season games than Darwin, ain't he? He's a bit more understanding what Slot wants him to do right now. So I think for Ipswich, I think Jota will start. But I'll see what Darwin does. Fozzie says we spent 85 million and people want Darwin on the bench. It might have spent 85 million on him, Fozzie, but who do you think's the better player at the two? Like, if you had to put your mortgage on one of them scoring the winner, you're doing that on Jota or Darwin. And that's not me insulting Darwin. But I hear what you're saying as well, Fozzie. It is a lot of money we spent on him. So he has to play. I get that. Yeah, Jota's a more confident striker, bit Welled. Jota low. I see what Fozzie was doing though. He's just saying like we spent 85 million on him. That's a big price tag on a player to just sit on the bench. I get what Fozzie's saying. It's I don't know what Liverpool are going to do, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you, Scraps, as well. I get what you're saying as well. For me, for the Ipswich game, I think it'd be Diaz, Salah, and Jota. That'd be the front three. Big up Stephen. He says, Jamie, do you think we'll buy before the window closes? Sam asked me this earlier this afternoon, and my answer was no at first, but then I had a little think about it and I said, yeah, I think we'll buy a left back. I think we'll buy a left back, and I think David Lynch was talking today on Anfield Index, I believe. He's talking today about the possibility of Altonori. Apparently, Liverpool really like Altonori at Wolves. He's a very gettable player for them. He said that's one to watch. So, yeah, at this moment in time, I think we buy a left back. I think there was a young Belgium left back linked to us today, chat. I can't remember his name. If anyone in the chat can remember his name, let me know. But I think he's a young Belgium left back. Big up, Kim. Appreciate it. Thank you. Can't remember his name right now, but yeah. Is Edison having a good game? Yeah, is Edison having a good game? I know it's at Atlanta Real Madrid now. So yeah, I saw Real Madrid's 11 they put out. That was just ridiculous. Oh my god, Edison almost scored a screen. Russell's loving Edison, man. Is that? Oh, look at that! Look at my man Connor, man. There you go, Decupia, or Decapia. I can't remember. I don't know how you spell that. Decupia. I reckon a Y is silent. Yeah, Decupia. Another young left back. There was that left back from Lanús, is it, in Brazil? We're looking at as well, and there's Altonori. So a lot of waffle, the Belgian left back. I see what you did there, you Liverpool clone. Big up. Big up my man Cat Sanday in the chat as well. He says, Jamie, do you think we'll sign anyone good? I don't think so. I think we'll sign another player, but I don't know if it's going to be a DM. I think we're going to get a left back. It's present Kipa. Okay. Big up, Paul. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, love. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we bought a left back, guys. That wouldn't shock me if we went in the market for a left back. I think they've been looking at a left back. Altonori's one they're looking at. AP saying he wouldn't pay 40 million for Altonori. I get it. It's a lot of money for a fullback. He's a good player, Altonori, though. Yeah, I do think we still buy, like, basically all the journalists have said that we're not gonna buy a DM. We're not gonna buy a defensive midfielder, but we're still gonna buy players. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we bought a left back. Now, what left back that's gonna be, I don't know. Obviously, David Lynch today spoke about Aït-Nouri. We'll see how that goes. Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, we spoke about it. Big up, Stephen. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, we spoke about that already earlier on. Yeah, we spoke about that earlier on. Look, Bobby Clark's an academy player. He's done well. He's got a lovely move to Salzburg. Working under Pep Linders as well. We've got to remember that he's working under Pep Linders, who knows him extremely well. He's going to have a great career. Much love and respect of Bobby Clark, and I hope he has a great career. Liverpool got 17.5% sell-on clause on him and first refusal to buy. So it might not be the end of Bobby Clark at Liverpool. You never know. But, yeah. Cat Sunday. I'm not watching Liverpool this season. I hate them so much right now. Cat Sunday. I feel your pain, man. I do feel your pain. 10 million in the bank for Linda's tit enlargement. Then, oh, for God's sake! Look, Liverpool put a lot of money in the bank now. You know, we put a lot of money in the bank right now. Money is there. Fozzie says AFCON puts me off in now, Nori. I hear that, but I believe AFCON's are not gonna be in January for the next one, is it? The next AFCON's not in January. I believe they're going to move it, aren't they? Because FIFA have now got their World Club Championship they want to do in the new year. So I think they're going to have to move AFCON. I think it's not till 2026 as well now, which is another 2 years. So I'm not sure, but I hear you, Fozzie. I hear you. Big up Bruce Lee, my favourite martial artist. Says Nuri can play anywhere on the pitch. He's a baller. Edison looking good, is he, guys? Russell's our head scout here. Hugh said Edison was Jones and Gravenberch level. His football IQ is shocking. Oh, God. He never said that. Please tell me. I mean, Gravenberch could be all right. I'm going to give this thing about, I'm going to watch out on Gravenberch because he looks like he could be all right. But Hugh said Edison was Jones and Gravenberch level. No. Look, the Gravenberch one, okay, I don't mind that comparison so much. But Curtis Jones, God's sake, why do we do this? Why do we do this to ourselves? Absolutely mad. It's absolutely mad. John says, my worry is that Trent jumps on the Madrid ship because of lack of ambition. I think that's everyone's worry right now. I think that is literally everyone's worry. I've been wanting Trent signed, sealed, and done. That's what I want from Trent, signed, sealed, and done. I think Trent will be the first one. I do believe Trent signs a new contract. The only problem is I think Trent's going to bend Liverpool over backwards, ain't they? He's going to bend them over and no lube. Do you know what I mean? No lube. Bend them over and no lube. Yeah? That's what he's going to do to Liverpool to get his new contract. When we're going to have to give it to him, because we've got no choice. So if he wants 300 grand a week, he's getting 300 grand a week. We have zero choice. Do you imagine the PR if Liverpool lost Salah, Virgil, and Trent next summer? Oh my God! How do you go about? Oh, I don't even want to I don't want to talk about it because talking about me upsets me. You can't lose them three. I don't mind losing one of them, but you can't lose all three of them. I think Trent signs. I think Virgil signs as well. I'm shocked that we haven't. I think Virgil's proper easier to do. I actually think Virgil might be easier to do than Trent's contract. You know, I don't think Virgil wants to go anywhere. Just give him a deal, man. Give him a deal. Edison looking good, yeah. Just can't get that. But apparently, he's not good enough for Liverpool, though. Edison is not good enough for Liverpool. Edison, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Harvey Elliott, Gravenberch, Curtis Jones. You've got a nice nucleus of a midfield there. That's a nice nucleus of a midfield. Then you can use your trays. Neonis as a youth player coming through. You can use your Stephens if he's not going on loan coming through as well. You know, you can add them two to the mix then. But it just it's a nice mixture. It's a nice mixture. Yeah, go like yeah. Just, but apparently no one else is good enough for us. No one else is good enough for us at all. Wow, they signed for a non-ambitious club. Coda bottle. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Your boy K-Mac has said separately and took other replacements. No, I can't. No, whatever K-Mac says, K-Mac says. K-Mac's my mate. I'm not going to go against what whatever K-Mac says is up to him, man. Now, me and K-Mac don't have to agree on everything, you know. We don't have to agree on everything. I love K-Mac. I love hearing K-Mac's points. It's not always fun having 2 or 3 people on a show that all agree. You know, you got to have debate and all that. And, I love K-Mac. He's my pal. But me and K-Mac don't have to think the same. There's nothing wrong with that. He's my pal, though. Look, fucked up. Cook Miners on strike, so Edison ain't going nowhere. I believe Atalanta just bought a DM from Leipzig. I might be wrong, but they also want Tyler Morton. So money talks at the end of the day. Money talks at the end of the day. If you flash the cash, they give you the gash. I can't believe I just said that. Why did I just say that? Flash the cash, they give you the gash. No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. I said that out loud. Big up my man Cav in the house. Hope you're doing well, Cav. We'll get you on the show soon. I know you're busy doing all your bits over there. But yeah, big up to you, Cav. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I said that out loud. Yeah, I said that. I said that very loudly. Big up Solo. Solo, what do you want to DM me about, mate? Did I miss that in your chat? Big up to you, Solo. You're doing well, my friend. Did I miss that you said, Solo? Let me catch you up here. Let me catch you. So, all right. Yeah, he's there. Exactly, Solo. Exactly. I'm with you, man. He's there, man. Let's go and get him. Big up to you, Solo. Big up to you, man. No splash, no cash. What is it? No Armani, no Punani, ain't it? That's the one. Oh, that's in betweeners, ain't it? That's in betweeners, ain't it? No Armani, no Punani. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're just this is what it's come down to. This is what it's come down to. Oh God. Big up Tony says Varela, Gomez, Edison, Stiller, all available. Yeah, especially Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez. Joe, is it Joe Gomez at Wolves? Very gettable. Very, very gettable. If you don't think you can if you can't get Edison and Joe Gomez is there for like a few, surely these players are better than what we got. You know, is Joe Gomez? Is it Joe Gomez? Is Gomez better at Wolves? The Gomez at Wolves, is he better than Wataru Endo? If the answer is yes, go and buy him because it improves your team. Simple as that. It improves your team. If any of if Varela, Gomez, or Edison are still all better than Wataru Endo, you're improving the team straight away. And again, it helps the youngsters. Yeah, I love these youngsters. I don't think Ben Doak's good enough, by the way. I'm going to say this again and again about Ben Doak. Not everyone agrees with me. Some of my panelists that have been on here don't agree with me. Ben Doak is shit. I'm going to just put it out there. Jordan Ibe was 20 times better at the same age than Ben Doak was. Go and watch Jordan Ibe when he was 16, 17, 18 years of age. Far better footballer. Far better footballer. Yeah, yeah. Doak's just a little kid with pace. Just all it is. Like a child with a new toy. That's all it is. So, yeah, and there's nothing. And do you know what, A9? There's nothing wrong with saying it either. There's nothing wrong with saying that Ben Doak is not Liverpool level. Could be a very good player. But do you know what? I think we should stop being had a go at saying things like this. He's not at Liverpool's level. We're trying to put our level up here. This badge, yeah, it's up here in terms of football. Munich, Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan. That's where Liverpool lie in the world of football. Ben Doak is not going to play for any of them teams ever. He's never going to play for Liverpool ever. It's not. We shouldn't be afraid to say they're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be afraid to say it. You know, he's had a bad injury. That's that, you know, a real bad injury. Send him on loan, get his transfer value up, and then sell him. You're telling me we can't buy better than Ben Doak? Does everyone think we can't buy a right winger better than Ben Doak? I love everyone, and I love our club. I love all my mates. I love everyone who comes on my panels and stuff like that. But we've got to start looking at this seriously. We do. If we're saying this club is up here at the top of football, and that's where we want to keep ourselves, are players like Ben Doak actually good enough? And if it comes true, I don't mind it. I don't mind being proved wrong. This is what I love about football. Players go and prove us wrong. Go and prove that you can be that player. Have a year's loan, work on your end game. But for me as a winger, if you're a winger, the first thing you should learn is crossing. If you're a wide player, you're surely learning crossing constantly. So I want him to be a footballer. I want Ben Doak to be a fantastic player and a player like I'd look at and go, shit, you know what? I don't need anyone. I've got Ben Doak. This kid's special. At the moment, I don't see it. Go out on loan, maybe become special, and we can have another talk. But as right now, you know, as of right now, I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool Football Club. He's just 17. He can't be the finished. No, he can't be the finished product at 17. But isn't there? Haven't we seen 17-year-old wide players that are better than Ben Doak? You know, Jordan Ibe at 17 was far better than Ben Doak. Now, people might not remember, but Jordan Ibe was far better than Ben Doak. He was light years above Ben Doak as a footballer. Raheem Sterling at 17 was far better than Ben Doak at 17. You know, Ben Doak could be a player, guys, but I'm talking about it like this. We're Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool. Is Cade Gordon and Ben Doak ever going to be good enough to be Liverpool players where we don't need to go and buy anyone? Yeah. So everyone can look at Ben Doak and go, right, Ben Doak is going to be, we don't need to buy a right winger for years to come because Ben Doak's that guy. There's no one on the market in the next 2 years that is going to be better than Ben Doak. That's my issue. That's my, like, again, we're putting youngsters, we're thrusting youngsters into our first team that aren't ready and putting pressure on them. That's what I keep saying. If you want to keep Ben Doak around and people believe in someone like a Ben Doak, buy players in front of Ben Doak and let Ben Doak slowly develop without any pressure on his shoulders. Don't thrust that pressure on him. Let him slowly develop at Liverpool Football Club. And by the time he's 21, he could develop into an absolute beast. Yeah, because we let him slowly develop. But that still doesn't mean we shouldn't buy people. You know, look at Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob's a far better player than Ben Doak. Far better. Far better. Shame he's broke his leg, but he's a far better player. Far better player. Tyler Morton moved the whole by the club. What was it? Yeah, because Tyler Morton's not good enough for Liverpool. I mean, this is the thing. I love your honesty, but Tyler Morton's not good enough for Liverpool. Are we going to sit here and say there's no players better in the market than Tyler Morton? Is there any players better than Tyler Morton? Can we upgrade on players, guys? It's always about upgrading on players, not standing still. Eventually, guys, Virgil van Dijk's not going to be good enough. You have to upgrade on him. One day, Mo Salah's not going to be good enough. You have to upgrade on him. One day, a McAllister's not going to be good enough. You're going to have to upgrade on him. One day, Luis Diaz is not going to be good enough. You're going to have to upgrade on him. Players have to be upgraded all the time, guys. And I'm all for youngsters being in our football team. I'm all for youngsters being in our football team. But why are we putting the pressure on all these youngsters to hit the ground rolling? At this moment in time, Ben Doak is not good enough to play for Liverpool Football Club. So go and buy someone who is better to play for Liverpool Football Club right now, and let Ben Doak slowly progress in the background. Ben Doak doesn't need to be in the picture at the moment. He needs to develop his game. He's not the finished article. As you said, he's 17. He needs to develop his game. So we should, I've come to the idea, I hate this saying now, of not buying players in case it stops so-and-so's development. That's the most biggest bullshit excuse I've ever heard. Players develop better if you buy players, because then they can develop slowly and get better at their game. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Big up Baz in the chat. I don't need Doak and all that and Tyler Morton to be thrust all that pressure on their shoulders straight away. Can they be good footballers? Yeah. Can they play some games here and there this season? Of course they can. Right? No problem with that. Then coming off the bench, filling in, doing a job, playing the odd game, starting the odd game here and there. Got no issue with it entirely, yeah? But I don't want them playing for the sake of us not buying anyone, if that makes sense. For anyone who's sticking up for these players. It's not me having a go at them. I want the club to develop. I want the club to get better. You can't stand still. You stand still, you get left behind. So go and buy a midfielder. Go and get an Ederson in or someone like that. And if you want to keep Tyler Morton around, fine. That means Tyler Morton won't play as many games, but it'll help his development, because there's not going to be that pressure on him when he comes into the team. There's no pressure on him when he comes into the team there. He can relax and play his way and slowly get developing into the player we think he might become. Same with Ben Doak. But you've got to buy players. Jamie, we want better players, but does the club? That's the question. That's what I'm asking, honestly. That's what I've been asking. You might have missed the beginning of the show. That's what we're asking today. This is why we're all frustrated. This is where the frustration leads. This is where the frustration leads. And I agree. That's the whole point right now. That's the whole point. We're going to get the PR where the PR machine's going to come out and say, Tyler Morton's the future. I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for the PR to say, Liverpool got a lot of stocks in Tyler Morton. He's why do that to that young kid? Straight away, you're handicapping Tyler Morton if you come out with shit like that, if the PR comes out with that, because you're handicapping him, because straight away it's like, shit, I've got to, if it don't work, it's going to be bad on me. You don't want that for these young players. You want them to develop slowly. They don't need to be world-class straight away. They might never reach that sort of level. But by the time they're 23, 24, you're like, oh, I've got a player here, slowly developing in the background, but look at him now. He's an absolute beast. And then you're ready to go. Big up everyone in the chat. You're doing good. Big up Jono in the chat. Big up Max. Connor, obviously. Big up my man Russell in the chat as well. Baz. Yeah, it's just frustrating, ain't it? It's absolutely frustrating. And look, Liverpool look like they've made their first signing of the season. I'll big up A9 first. James, would you mind if we buy a Bakayoko now as Salah's back up and Kudos as a replacement when Salah leaves? Yeah, that's perfect. See, A9, you're looking, because what you're doing now makes sense because you're looking for 2 players to replace Mo Salah. 2 players. I've said that as well myself. If you just buy 1 player to replace Mo Salah, that puts a lot of pressure on that player. I don't care who he is. But if you get someone like a Bakayoko, who's going to be Salah's backup, so he won't play a lot of minutes, but he might play a few minutes here every game, might play the odd game when Mo needs a rest. But then when Mo leaves, you keep Bakayoko, but you also go by Kudos. Then you got them 2 there straight away, and then people will look at it. Oh, Liverpool did a clever thing now. They got Bakayoko in to just play the bit part for Mo when he was there. Now they've gone and got Kudos, and Kudos is actually Mo's replacement, but you still got Bakayoko there as well. You've got 2 right wingers. Future planning. That's what I want. Future planning. Future planning. And there's nothing wrong with future planning, guys. Future planning is a good thing. 22 quality players and 5 or 6 talented youth. Perfect. Give me that all day long. If we do that and we can keep the likes of Tyler Mortal and Ben Doak and these sort of players and Jaden Dans, Kwanzaa, these kind of players there, and with them, as you say there, you never walk along with them up. Yeah, perfect, beautiful. That's how we need to do it. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, big up, Baz. So you're doing well, man. Exactly. Did Oystein drop something? I'm not sure. Oh, hang on. Honesty's in. Well, he said it's still quite on new contracts of Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk as well. Yeah, big up the Ball and Red guys. They got James Pearce on, and I believe later on tonight on the Ball and Red, is it playback? I think it's playback channel. They've got Paul Joyce on there, so make sure you're watching them guys tonight. It's a worry, ain't it? It's a worry that them three have still got no new contract. The club needs to hurry up. I don't know what they're waiting for. I get that the player's not even been spoken to. No, I'd understand it if the club have gone, you know what, we've offered them a new contract, but they're thinking about it. I get that. That makes sense from the players' point of view, that the players they're thinking about the situation. They've been offered a contract and they're thinking about it and they're not sure. I get that. But the fact of the matter is, they haven't even asked him. They've not even asked him. Why? Why have we not asked these players if they want a new deal? It's a mad one to me. It's a mad one. James Pearce on the potential that Zubimendi deal might come back around. No indication from anyone I've spoken to that it'll be revived. He's seen to the Ball and Red guys on the playback right now. Right now. And obviously, we're hearing now that Liverpool and RB Salzburg have agreed a fee on the permanent transfer of Bobby Clark. The talented midfielder will now discuss personal terms with the Austrian side, which are not expected to be an issue. James Pearce also spoke just now about Mamardashvili signing as a sensible long-term planning by Liverpool, rather than suggesting Alisson intends to leave Liverpool in the next few years. Yeah, so there we go. Mamardashvili, I've said it for a while now. I think it's good future planning. I'm quite happy with Mamardashvili coming in as a future proofing transfer. Great, good with it. My problem is that's the only transfer we made this summer. He's actually going on loan to Bournemouth for the whole year, and we get him in 2025. So at this moment in time, all Richard Hughes has done is strengthen his old side. I mean, it's facts. The only thing Richard Hughes has done so far is strengthen his old side. Now, I'm doing that as a bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke before anyone goes absolutely mental. It's sort of a tongue-in-cheek thing. Obviously, Mamardashvili will be a Liverpool player in 2025 next season, but you know, yeah, that's all we got right now, guys. That's all we got. We need players. Arne Slot wants a defensive midfielder. He's pretty much said it himself. We've watched all of pre-season. We've watched it with our own eyes. Endo played the first game of pre-season. We haven't seen him since, and he's our only DM in the team. Tells you everything. He's tried Szoboszlai in the 6, Curtis Jones in the 6, McAllister in the 6, and Gravenberch in the 6. All in pre-season. If that don't tell you what he's looking for, nothing ever will. Now, we got 16 days. Are you telling me we can't get a deal done in 16 days, guys, for a DM? Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, honestly, about that. Yeah. Painting water bottles and going in the mountains. Yeah, exactly. I was Mendy has to deal with it, don't he? Yeah, they have to deal with it. I think Gravenberch will cook. I think Gravenberch is going to be decent. I think he has the potential to play well this season, but we still need another midfielder in there. We still need a DM. We've got 16 days. This club can get a DM in if they want. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to look around. Bruno Guimaraes is at Newcastle waiting for someone to bid for him. Bruno is at Newcastle literally waiting for a big club just to make a move for him, and he's off. Getting Bruno from Newcastle, contract-wise, would be easy. He's waiting. He's waiting for a Liverpool or a United or an Arsenal or a Man City to come in and bid for him. He's just waiting. There's players there. We've got 16 days. Joel Gomez at Wolves is there. I like Joel Gomez. I think he's a good player. Go and get him. Go and get him. There's players there. Edison. There's players there. Varela has got a release clause. Again, you can do a release clause in 16 days. Go and buy him. Yeah. Just go. Adam Walton. Yeah, man. And that's the sad thing, Bads, because we have got the money. And that's the sad thing about it. And you're right. He's probably £100 million player. But the fact of the matter is we have got the money if we want to make that deal. The money is there to make that deal. Liverpool have the money to make that deal. We just choose not to. Knowing our luck, Naby Keita and Shaqiri are on free contracts, ain't they? Naby Keita and Shaqiri are on free contracts. You watch Liverpool just buy Naby Keita and Shaqiri again. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Shaqiri, to be fair. But you watch Liverpool buy Naby Keita and Shaqiri. You watch. They're free contract. They're free. They're freebies. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Shaqiri, Russell. Shaqiri, I'm all right with, Shaqiri is that sixth choice forward. Do you know what? Shaqiri might not be a bad idea. It's a free transfer. That's just that sixth forward. He's a decent player, Shaqiri. He doesn't have to play many minutes as a bench player. He's a decent forward. He can play in that 10 position as well. He can pick up that 10 position. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Shaqiri, maybe. Bring him back. Bring Shaqiri back, man. Yeah, just as that sixth choice forward. Yeah, I'm all right with that. But the Naby thing, I'm only joking with, guys. But, guys. All right, guys. Look, I'm out of here. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. That was a long one. Jamie, stop. You're scaring me. I appreciate you guys. I really do. We got the 6K. You guys are wonderful people. Absolutely wonderful people. Again, couldn't be done without any of you. You guys are phenomenal. Once again, over the 6K. Yeah, I can't do it for any of you. Guys, if you don't know already, I am now on TIFO for watch-alongs. That is all watch-alongs on TIFO for Arsenal games, Man City games, Tottenham games, Chelsea games, Man United games, Real Madrid games, Barcelona games. I'm going to be doing all that on TIFO. If you go on my posts on my YouTube homepage, on my community post, you will see a message up on there with the referral code Jamie and a link to TIFO. So the link for TIFO is in my community page on my YouTube posts. Go and check it out. If you hit that link in my posts, it will take you to the TIFO homepage. You just put in an email and a password of your choice in. And when it says referral code, the referral code is Jamie. As I said, referral code is Jamie. So if you want to come and join me on TIFO for all watch-alongs, there's not Liverpool. Liverpool watch-alongs will be on the channel. Everything else will be on TIFO for other watch-alongs. Make sure you go and check out my YouTube community posts, guys. Big up to everyone here. This is going to send you over to Grizz's channel, guys. I think Grizz is live. So when you go over to Grizz's channel, tell him Jamie sent you over. Jamie sent you over, redirected you over. Go and give Grizz a big thumbs up. Say hi, and Jamie sent you over. Bye-bye for now, guys. Bye-bye. See you later, guys.